I'm Margaret Pope. I'm a lifelong resident of the Ridgeview community. Grew up right here in Hickory. I was born in 1946. Growing up in Ridgeview, the community was a thriving community, a close-knit community where everyone knew everyone. My mother was an ambitious person. She wanted the best for us. She and my father worked hard to give it to us. My dad sometimes worked 3 jobs just to make sure that we had what we needed and some of the things that we wanted. So my mother, as I said, was ambitious and she wanted the best for us. And she did everything she could to make sure that we learned to be caring. My father made sure that we learned to work. My brothers especially worked for what they wanted. You know, they wanted cars, they wanted the nice clothes, so they worked. You know, nobody got a handout. I became involved with Habitat over 20 years ago. At the time, I believe I was still working at social services. I think I became involved primarily because a coworker of mine at social services invited me to join the family selection committee, which I thought was a perfect fit because as a social worker, you're interviewing people all the time. The good thing about Habitat is that once you become a partner, not only do you have to work on the construction of the home, you are expected to put in some volunteer hours, and you are expected to attend classes to learn how to manage and budget money. And I'm sure that most people who are Habitat homeowners will tell you that that was a great learning experience and that it has prepared them to be a homeowner. So no, there are no handouts. You work for it. And I think that that makes people more appreciative of what they have because it is their own and they have worked for it.
My name is Jose Vargas. I was born in Mexico, but I moved to the United States when I was 1 year old. I was raised in New York. I've been living there basically my whole life. We moved down here with my wife and my son when he was born because we just wanted something a little bit better because New York is always nonstop. So we just wanted something where we could actually keep an eye on my son. So we decided to move here because my parents had already moved down here before us. In New York, it was me and my brother sharing a 1-bedroom apartment while I was married, and we were paying about $1,000. This was back 13 years ago. We're paying about $1,000 for rent for a 1-bedroom. And I was where I worked, I was like the loading dock supervisor. So I was making good money, but it just wasn't enough. And when I got down here, it's like I was making less, but I still had more money in my pocket. So I was like, I think we made the right decision moving down here. When I moved down here, I started working at a pizza shop at the mall. But then I got a job at Walmart in Conover, and I've been working there ever since. I've been there for 13 years. It's changed recently with the COVID. Before it was, I'd go in, check my overstock on all my freight, see what actually was work, what wasn't work, reworked anything that I thought wasn't going out. But ever since with the COVID, it's just nonstop putting out chemicals, paper goods, and dog food because, I mean, everybody doesn't go out as much, so they buy everything in abundance now. We were accepted in the end of last year, so we started working ever since that time to get our hours up. When we finally got our 50 hours is when the COVID had started, so everything had slowed down, all the building and everything, so they showed us our site where we were going to build, which is here, where we're going to build the house. Like my wife and I, we talked about, you know, how long is it going to take, how much longer is it going to take, because we were waiting for so long, and we figured, I mean, we got to give it time with this COVID. We don't want nobody getting sick or anything like that. Not us, not them, you know. Well, I think it's just going to give us a better sense of security. I feel like if my son knows that we don't have to constantly move because the rent's going up or because the building is no longer safe or whatever, it's like, or the neighborhood's not safe anymore, it'll give him that more confidence of like, he knows that he's got somewhere to come, he knows it's ours, we're not gonna lose it. At no moment is somebody gonna tell us, you gotta move. That's why Habitat is such a good program, because it gives people that don't think they have a chance to actually have a home. In a couple of months, well, a couple of months we'll be moving into our own house, and we won't have to move again. It's like we'll be set. It's like, it's ours, and nobody can make us move unless we want to move.
I have seen Habitat come into the community and build new homes, but another valuable service of Habitat is providing rehab for homes in the community, for older persons who are in the community who cannot afford to get it done otherwise. It gives them the opportunity to remain in their homes in a safe environment. Senior citizens who need home repairs, who otherwise might have to move out of their homes to live with other family members or maybe even go into a nursing home. To see the joy on their faces when these repairs are done is invaluable.
My name is Betty Jean Claude. Well, I worked at Lane Furniture, and I worked there like 32 years. I worked there, and then I worked a little part-time Lake Hickory cleaning service. And they told us one day we got the, they gave us a package deal. They was going out of business, so I took it. If I had kept working, I would have lost my package deal. Oh, that porch was gone. My porch was gone. And I was scared somebody gonna fall and get hurt, because the whole side of it was terrible. Tim, next door, my neighbor, I think he worked for Habitat, and he on the committee, I think. And anyway, he told me I could come down here and ask y'all would, fix it. And Mr. Richard came out there and looked at it, and he said, yeah, it was danger. So they come and fixed it. I helped. I didn't mind helping. Come down here and I talked to Tina, fill out the application. What I had to do, I did it. And when they started, I helped. I helped to the end. Move all the wood, all I can move. Well, I have people said something about repair. And I told them, I said, well, I'll be honest with you. I said, I went down to Habitat. I said, they was good to me. And I'd do it again if I have to help somebody else. Because y'all was good to me. But I really appreciate what they did.
I'm now serving on the Habitat board. It gives me an opportunity to see some of the policy making and see what is needed for Habitat to operate. We need volunteers, we need supporters like you to come on board so that the work of Habitat can continue. So I support Habitat, and I invite you to also support this valuable program.